The reality as it stands today is the creation of social media sites right now is still an ongoing process with no clear leader. MySpace, Friendster, Dig, they're all social media sites and they're all clamoring. In addition, there are additional sites like SoundCloud, Spotify, other areas where both artists, managers, and labels can continue to diversify and send their media out. Here's my question. As an artist, how will you find the time to be creative while continuing to maintain all of these online identities? I think that's the real problem that most artists are facing right now. So how, as an artist, before getting over your head with 9,000 updates and 20 different sites, how will you manage to stay creative and maintain selling an experience, not just a product, but an experience and a conversation?
It's a great question, and why I was joking earlier, half joking, saying that part of our job now is content provider, and you know why he's giving me a hard time for saying Emma, who's my assistant, to Twitter that message out.
It becomes a reality.
You just can't do it, is what it is. Because, I mean, if you think globally as well, I hear that Friendster is still really big in India. Yeah. You know, so different parts of the world, they have social networking platforms that you care about these places if you have half a brain. But literally what we did was we started a company called The Hive that helps us in this digital space. Helps us to have meaningful communication, and I stress meaningful because I'm not so worried about having 1 million Twitter followers, but what I am concerned about is having a really true, honest, and open dialogue with our audience around the world.
And you know, I got to tell you, can you mind if I jump in for just a moment? I had the same problem. When I started out, I was all excited because I had a couple thousand people who were part of my community, and I communicated with them every night, and now it's...
I was actually one of your...
Thanks, man.
I'm just kidding.
I love you like a sure. Thank you. But then suddenly it's 150,000 people. It's harder to filter, harder to manage. And the question you ask is a wonderful question. On days like this, I got to produce and put on the air and anchor 2 hours of television news. I'm working on a book. I've got 4 kids and I've got a wife. You know, look, life gets complicated sometimes. So do I have people who handle and help me with my Twitter accounts and my other social media accounts? Yes, I do. But here's the difference. Authenticity is very important. When guys stand up back there, let me introduce a couple of my guys. Michael, stand up if you would. Is Alicia there? Alicia, stand up. And Janelle, are you there? And hey, you know what? We also got Jen Dargan over here. Jen, are you there? Just raise your hand. Say hi. Go hello. Anyway, these are folks who also do some of this stuff. But when they do it, they write FRP in front of the comment. All right. And what that means is from Rick's producer. So, yeah, they go in my account, but they identify themselves as somebody who's with me, not me.
We're seeing...
It's a real big problem, I think, when people have a bunch of... If your tweets are going out and you're not sure if they're really from you or from some advertising or public relations agency, once that gets out, I think you lose cred, I think. I don't know.
We're seeing more and more of that. There's a tool called Co-Tweet, which is for businesses and brands, where... and I think they kind of started that movement where you put a little hat and then the initials of the person who's tweeting on behalf. And I think that is a good compromise between, you know, keeping authenticity of the brand and, you know, having a direct personal relationship. I know Ryan Seacrest is another one that does that. He has his team tweeting for him, but it's, you know, clear who it's coming from, and it's clear that, you know, what doesn't work so much is...
when it doesn't say FRP, people know it's...
Well, if it's a personal message as well, if it's a personal message, because we have 30 Seconds to Mars, at 30 Seconds to Mars, and at Jared Leto, and if I go on 30 Seconds to Mars, I'll just put a J at the end. But I wouldn't personally have someone else writing a message that they made up pretending to be me. I think that goes back to deteriorating the quality of communication that
I'm seeing it in politics, I will tell you that. I mean, I love my wife, and it's written by your secretary.
Yeah.
It's like one of those. Really? Okay. We had another question over here. Let me go over there. Can you catch this, or could you hand that to her?